안녕하세요. 게임 다시 설치하고 돌아온 햄머입니다. 집이 인터넷이 그렇게 썩 좋은 편이 아니다 보니까 초당 한 3메가, 4메가 정도밖에 안 나오더라고요. 그래서 다 설치하는데 시간이 좀이 아니고 많이 걸렸습니다. 이젠 안 그러겠죠. 안 그래야지. 그러지 않기만을 간절히 바랄 뿐입니다. 이젠 그러면 안 돼. 만약에 또 막 끊기고 그 지랄을 한다면은 어떻게 해야 할까요? 게임을 안 할 수는 없고. 에이? 아, 이제 건너가야 되는 타이밍이구나. 아, 위치구나. 즉각 저장이 되는 게임이라 다행이다. 정말로. 테스트. 별 문제가 없는 걸로 보입니다. 일단은 다행. 뭐 끊긴다고 게임을 안 할 건 아니지만 계속 그러면 솔직히 좀 짜증이 났을 것 같은데. 아, 씨발, 순간 움찔했네. 아, 여기서는 그 뱀파이어 블링크식 이동은 안 되는구나. 딴 건 다 끝냈나? 오케이, 다 끝낸 채로 저장됐고. 어디로 가야 돼? 하수구. 에이? 사건 발생? 이거 또 저쪽에 있네. 여기는 뭐가 없었고.
It's locked, all right.
잠겼고. 결국 돌아서 갈 수밖에 없네.
I hope the rumors about Clay are true.
I can feel it coming.
몇 번 게임이 껐다 켜졌으니 애들이 리젠이 됐을라나? 그렇지는 않네요. 이것은 다행인가 불행인가? 아하, 이쪽에서 열어야 되는구나. 에옹. 한번 자고 일어나지 않으면은 적들이 리젠이 안 되는 스타일인 것 같네요. 레벨 노가다를 막기 위해선가? 이게 뭔가 사건이 발생했다고 이 병원에만 2개가 떴었는데. 소환지 박사, 애쉬버리 부인. 안녕하쇼.
It is
무언
good to see you
사건.
again, Jonathan. How are you?
I'm better than one might expect, Lady Ashbury. Dr. Swansea has asked me to investigate the recent disturbances in the hospital caused by skulls.
Really? What do you mean?
문자 그대로입니다.
I discovered the most intriguing skull. An elderly woman answering to the name of Old Bridget, and a man who helps them remain hidden in London.
Old Bridget. Peculiar name. I've never heard of her.
According to Old Bridget, skulls can lead a peaceful existence like us. They are even able to nourish themselves by feeding on corpses and the flesh of the dead.
How vile. Please, Jonathan, let's change the subject.
뭘 또 불쾌해.
Skulls of London have gone into hiding. Both mortals and immortals plot their extermination.
Yes. Skulls are the orphans of the Vampire Society. They are the shame of their genitors, a disgrace to the vampire that created them.
There is something ominous closing around me, Lady Ashbury. Something spies upon me from the shadows. Something cruel and wicked.
Whatever do you mean, Jonathan?
If Sean Hampton and Harriet were not the guilty parties, then who? I saw the bodies and the blood.
Your rebirth has not gone unnoticed, Jonathan. Be extremely careful. If you get in the way of an immortal's plans...
Do you suspect someone?
I don't know, Jonathan. I steer clear of vampire politics, especially whilst hunters roam the city's streets.
Goodbye for now, my lady.
끝? 아, 대화가 끝이요? 아, 뭔가 사건이 있다길래 뭐 대단한 뭔가가 있는가 했더만. 스펀지 박사요. 대화 좀 합시다. 또 리필이 됐네. 에이? 없어? 아, 여기 있네. 씨, 놀래라. 어? 그 사람 맞나? 아,
Jonathan,
맞네.
at last. I've been worried sick. Have you solved the case of our poor Sean Hampton?
Don't worry, Edgar. The reputation of Pembroke Hospital is secure. Sean Hampton was not the guilty party.
Is that true? Oh, good news. Good news indeed.
I found Harriet Jones. She's much the same old, embittered woman she was, only she's been made a skull. Her transformation did not go well.
Incredible. Well, why not bring her here? We could learn so much by studying her condition. It would be fascinating.
대과가 어디
I
어디
doubt
냈더노?
that. She can barely move. Perhaps we could learn more about the degeneration of skulls.
Perhaps. But she could also belong to a new species. We know so little of the laws that dictate vampire reproduction.
Were there any studies made by your order on the subject?
무슨
Not that I'm aware of. I will transmit your discovery to the Brotherhood's primate. He will be delighted.
What do you know of the Ascalon Club?
Not as much as I would like. There have always been rumors about a secret society of vampires operating in the interests of the British Empire. Though I've never met a member.
뱀파이어 저그들만이 아니라 영국의 권위. 씨발 국가에서 운영하는 거 아니야?
I crossed paths with one. A terrifying creature going by the name of Fergal. He was sent by the Ascalon Club to exterminate the skulls of the East End.
By the stole, Jonathan. If vampires are eliminating their own progeny, then dark times are upon us. darker than I've ever witnessed.
Do you think Lady Ashbury would know of them?
Jonathan, our beloved lady is not one for social dalliances, nor the assemblies of dark
사교
orders.
나부랭이.
She's a woman of superior taste and selective acquaintance.
Does the name Old Bridget ring any bells?
I'd never heard of her. Why? A patient of ours? I must confess, I don't know them all.
No, it's just someone I recently met. A fascinating woman. I had thought that perhaps...
By the
혹시나 얘가
stole, Jonathan, you've met another vampire. I would appreciate an introduction if that's the case.
슈머즈스커.
A pleasure as always, Edgar.
이거 또 끝이야? 끝났네? 화이트채플 사건. 저거 들렀다가 가면 되겠지? 지금 딱 하나 더만 강화가 될 건데. 어이? 뭐야, 아까 사지 않았나? 안 사줬나? 아이씨. 아씨, 산 부분은 저장이 안 됐나 보네. 맞네, 이거 판 것도 저장이 안 됐네. 에이씨. 다시 가야 되잖아. 아, 빠른 이동 좀 줘, 제발. 와리가리 지친다. 그나마 정리를 해놨으니까 전투가 없으니 망정이지. 씨. 짜증이 나는구만. 오케이, 이제 문제 없군. 이쪽은 뭐 있나? 오호. 아, 그냥 그 뒷길인가? 맞네. 에이씨, 난 또 뭐라고. 나 사운드 참 음산하다. 도약이 되네. 이 집은 뭐지? 그냥 들어가지네? 오. 안녕 프랭크. 잘 지냈어 내 친구? 지난주에 너를 봐서 좋았어. 다음번에는 내가 술 한잔 살게. 너네 동네는 괜찮았으면 좋겠다. 내 예전 동네인 이곳은 상황이 점점 심각해지고 있어. 클레이는 날이 갈수록 난폭해져서 새로운 놈들이 나타났는데도 영토 확장과 세력 다툼밖에 생각 안 해. 젖은 부채다는 꼴이 영 말이 아니야. 그래서 지난번 만났을 때 내가 했던 말을 생각했지. 킹단을 떠난 걸 절대 후회하지 않았다는 말. 내가 후회하는 건 호되게 매를 맞거나 그 이상을 피하기 위해 이스트엔드에 다시 발을 디딜 수 없다는 것뿐이라고. 뭐 그래도 언젠가 지나갈 거라면 내가 보호해 줄 테니 안심해. 그리고 혹시 새로운 기회와 일자리 제안에 대해서 다시 얘기할 수 있겠어? 난 언제나 숫자를 잘 다뤄왔으니까 너희 회사에 회계사가 필요하면 그 얘기를 좀 하자고. 응? 아내에게 대신 인사 전해줘. 젖은 부추다니여 영원하라. 부스 디그비. 또 다른 대화거리가 생겼군. 여기가 그 젖은 부츠다인가 그 본거지인가? 여기는 어둠이냐? 오 씨발 20일? 미친. 아 이쪽으로 가면 저게 뜨는구나. 오씨. 확실히 슬슬 레벨업을 좀 해야 될 시기가 된 것 같긴 하네요. 장비 좀 사고, 아니 장비란다. 재료 좀 사고, 저 지금 발생한 퀘스트들 좀 깨고, 그 다음에
For now, everything seems under control, more or less.
Don't forget to keep an eye out for this guard of something, sweetie. My guess is they're recruiting for some
자기.
vengeance.
In the meantime, the boys are waiting for our... well, for your orders, my sweet queen.
I hope the rumors about Clay are true. Otherwise...
대화 끝났냐?
You again, what do you want?
I know you're looking for an honest job, Booth. You're tired of this criminal life, aren't you?
It's just an idea. Edwina loves to run things so much. You can never really leave the gang. Wet boys for life, you know.
여자 때문에 싫은데도 이러고 있다. 핑계는 씨.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. What do you want?
Booth Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word for it.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
Behind all your crude words and your attitude, I sense romance and a soft heart, Miss Cox.
Romance? I have no time for such rubbish. I use Booth like I use everyone else.
아이고 씨.
Tell me your feelings about Booth's belief in monsters, Edwina.
It makes him look weak in front of the boys, that's my feeling about it. But ghosts don't scare me.
You don't believe he really saw something then?
I don't care what he saw or not. All I know is that a real man keeps his fears to himself if he wants to be obeyed.
그래서 그는 진짜 남자가 아니다.
Can I see what you have to sell?
As long as you have
수도
money,
있겠지.
I'll show you all I have.
맞네. 씨발 이거 안 산 걸로 뜨네. 딴 거 이런 거는 존나게 많고. 오케이. 치료제도 팔 수가 있긴 있구나. 이런 거는 팔고 나머지는 싹 다 분해를 하고 분해합시다. 아 이게 여기구나. 아 여기서 안 되는구나. 참.
Foolish girl and her pretty principles.
빗자국. 레벨 20. 장비만이 아니라 레벨 차이에서도 뭔가 좀 보정이 들어가는 것 같더라고요. 그 전까지는 데미지가 CR도 안 박히던 게 레벨을 좀 비슷하게 맞추니까 어느 정도 데미지가 들어가는 걸 보면은 킹리적 가심이다. 어우씨. 야, 그걸. No, 너무 씨발. 피 좀 채우고 죽어 임마. 살았어? 맷집 좋다잉. 이제 얘도 재료를 팔긴 팔았었는데.
Good evening, Milk.
Good evening, Doctor.
I'd like...
Wise choice, Doctor.
얘도 파네. 됐고. 화이트 채플. 여긴 뒤진데고 내가 한번 다시 왔었나? 기억이 안 나네. 안 왔었군. 오우 쉣. 흡혈로 막타. 슉. 에이씨. 난 뭐 없구나. 저기 또 있네. 뿡. 아, 자식이 귀찮게. 한 바퀴 돌면서 또 정리하면서 경험치 좀 땡겨놔야겠네. 일단 그 전에 이 뭐고 퀘스트랑 저거 상점부터 좀 돌고. 일로 가는 거 맞지? 맞네. 생각에는 리젠이 많이 돼 있는데. 넌 피 좀 채우는 데 써야겠다. 난 위에서 뺑이 치고 있대. 저 새끼들 밑에서 먹방 찍고 있대. 야, 또 그 꼴은 못 보지. 야, 이 새끼들아. 너 왜 가만히 있냐? 오우 쉣. 위험했다. 아씨, 카운터 맞았어. 씨. 에이 짜증나. 씨. 피를 이제 다 왔는데 또 기 나오나? 이제 더 나올 데 없지 않나? 이제 사람 사는 데잖아. 맞네. 블링크 대시 안 되는 거 보니까 맞네.
Come on, Barrett.
씨, 올 때마다 이 지랄이가 이 새끼들은.
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another.
Please, Joe. How long have we known each other? We even used to be neighbours, for Christ's sake.
I'd prefer not to give you another beating, Barrett.
거인조 뭐 이지랄하더만은 쥐뿔도 안 거인인데.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never... Right then. Show me what you have.
오. 딱 떨어지네 진짜. 이거를 팔아야 되나? 일단 갖고 있지. 또 언젠가 모이겠지. 여기서 오른쪽. 아, 이 새끼 여와 있네. 됐어. 그럼 감기약을 처먹일 수 있잖아. 여기 안전지대가 여기 있구나. 야, 어떻게 들어가더라? 오케이. 이게 로딩하는 그 안전지역이었구나. 이어서 경험치 5,000 벌어봐야 뭐 능력치 한 2개, 3개 업그레이드 하면 또 끝날 낀데. 참. gem기약. 여기 있다. 총은 업그레이드가 된다. 심지어 2개 다 된다. 일단 애매한데. 총기는 잠시 대기. 맞다. 걔가 파는 게 작은 저거구나. 어쩔 수 없네. 요건 업그레이드부터 하고. 부지런히 모아봐야지 뭐. 이건 어떻게 해야 되나. 깡댐 증가. 오케이. 애초에 이거는 업그레이드 할 수도 없구만. 그리고 총기는 방아쇠 부품 자고 일라면 저거 리젠 될 거니까 방아쇠 부품 한 번 더 사고, 그 다음에 저걸 해야겠구만. 강화를 찔러야겠구만. 최고 등급까지. 리벳? 리벳? 아, 뭐 해체 좀 할걸. 젠장. 주무기 손잡이는 정말 죽어라고 안 주네. 깜짝이야, 사운드가 왜 이렇게 격렬해. 씨. 카도간 베이츠인가 지랄 리엠베인가. 야,
Good evening,
자식아.
sir. Do you remember me?
If you're here for a reward, you'll be sorely disappointed. But I'll gladly shake the hand of a fellow countryman.
I'm not here for a bounty. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed from the Pembroke.
A doctor? In Whitechapel? What an opportunity. My name's Bates. Cadogan Bates.
Do you require assistance, Mr. Bates?
Not me, but your skills could help a lot of people round here. That would help my business, because I say, a live tenant's a paying tenant.
이 새끼 쓰레기인데?
Since I took an oath to help people, can I be of
약을
assistance?
참 이기고
Well, seen better days, that's for sure. But it was bound to happen with all these refugees about.
Infecting you is probably the last thing on these people's minds. Take this in any case.
What? You give me this for free? Don't have a clue about this place, do you?
와, 돈 달라고 주나?
It's unusual to see
돈 달라고
someone
하면
so
안 먹을
happy
놈이.
around here, especially considering the current situation.
Why should I be sad now? There've always been wars, disease, tragedy. There always will be.
That's an unusual way of seeing things in these trying times.
I don't see why I should shed a tear for another man's woes. I'm healthy, and I intend to stay so.
자랑이다. 씨.
What is your business exactly?
I offer fair lodgings for a modest price to the poor and weary of Whitechapel.
I see. And what about those who cannot pay?
Well, deals can be done, if you know what I mean. Money's not the only currency. After all, I'm not immune to a pretty face.
이 새끼.
In other words, you take advantage of these poor lost souls.
Begging your pardon, I thought you was a man who could appreciate the complexity of the modern world. Things ain't just black and white, you know.
What help could I possibly be to your business?
That's simple. I already get good money from all those fleeing the war. Can you imagine what they'd be willing to pay if I could offer medical assistance too?
Mr. Bates, do not make me regret saving your life in this quarantine zone.
I understand, Dr. Reed, you're from a good family. Don't want to get your hands dirty. That's fine. I'll be happy to act as your middleman.
이 새끼.
If I were entering into the world of street medicine, it would be on my terms and without such dubious associates as yourself, Mr. Bates.
So it's a no then. That's too bad. The Reed tonic could have really helped people, you know, save lives. Isn't that what you do? I mean, people buy that Swamborough shit.
Tell me, what's your honest opinion of the increasing violence in London?
People are just beginning to discover what we've always known. This city's rotten to the core. They just took their bloody time to wake up and notice it.
What do you mean?
People are acting like the violence is news. But it's always been savage down here. It just bubbles to the surface every now and again.
정말 마음에 안 드는 놈일세. 내가 핸드폰을 어디다 두었지? 잠깐만요. 이런 멍청이. 기다릴 동안 양치한다고
You seem to
화장실
have
갔다가
recovered
세면대에
well since
올려놓고
your
왔네.
attack. Do you ever think about what happened to you?
Not much. It was a fucking nightmare. Savages, absolute bloody savages. Their appearance. Jesus. Made me want to puke.
You'd better not come back here. I won't be around next time to save you.
그래, 진짜 이유가 뭐냐? 너 그
I
새끼한테
want to
뭔지
know
됐어?
everything about the recent violence, Cadigan. And I want the truth.
Well, rent may be a bit high, and yeah, I've had to evict a few people. But that's business, isn't it?
비즈니스 같은 소리 하고 있네.
I don't believe even you deserve such a cruel fate, though you have tested my patience beyond its limit.
Glad to hear. Nice to know there's another civilized individual in these parts. Not like those bloody savages.
거기서 바로 훑어버릴 수 있었구만.
Goodbye, Mr. Bates.
그리고 여기서 좌회전. 응? 여긴가? 아이고. 뭐야? 왜? 아씨, 또 이러네 이거. 아씨, 이거 뭐 재설치로 어떻게 커버가 안 되는 종류의 버그인 것 같습니다. 어쩔 수 없죠. 일단 껐다 켰다 하면서라도 진행을 해봐야죠. 아씨, 이지랄 보면 2회차 할 생각이 싹 사라지는데. 프레임 드랍이나 그런 거라면은 그럭저럭 참고 할 만한데 프리징이 터져 보면은 진짜 진짜 딱 하기 싫어지는데. 야, 근데 걔는 왜 뱀파이어가 됐지? 왜? 또 사기 전으로 돌아가 있는 건
You
아니지?
never lose. Right then.
산 상태고, 오케이. 새끼한테 약 먹이고 대화 끝냈고. 아씨, 짜증나네. 전멸 저거 존나 귀찮은데 진짜. 채우고. 이게 씨발 체력이랑 피가 둘 다 있으니까 피 좀 채우고가 굉장히 중의적인 의미가 되어버리네. 어이가 없다. 얘 왜 저렇게 됐지? 열쇠. 오씨, 피 까이는 거 봐. 미친. 에이? 한 놈 남았다고? 의류 상품권 그때 봤던 그거 아닌가? 맞네. 난 그냥 모두가 좋게 해결하고 싶었는데 너무 엉뚱한 결과가 튀어나와 버리네 진짜. 피가 없네. 넌 피 보충용으로 좀 써야겠다 야. 냠냠냠. 와 진짜 개 뜬금없다. 이래서 이 문을 닫았니 많이 하는 소리가 나온 거였구만. 살린다는 선택을 했어야 됐나? 마침 잘 됐다. 아 편두통. 에이씨. 일단 여기 은신처에서 아니다 병원. 어차피 어디 한 군데는 가야 되는데.
Joe, please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Barry.
여기 은신처에서 자고 아니다 여기는 시발 로딩을 또 하게 만들잖아. 에이씨. 아 제가 작은 그러니까 보조무기 손잡이를 파니까 여기서 자고 리필을 좀 제가 리필된 거를 사가지고 다음 맵으로 또 상점을 한 바퀴 돌고 그 다음 진행을 하도록 하겠습니다. 아씨 이거 잡템들을 팔아가 돈을 좀 벌어야 되나? 가격을 한번 보고. 세 개. 다음번에 싹 돌면은 요거까지 강화가 된다. 근데 이게 문제네. 리벳. 아, 이게 여기서 나오는구나. 오케이. 이거는 씨, 요거는 좀 있어야겠고, 나머지는 많으니까 그냥 파는 걸로 하겠습니다. 그리고 재료를 좀 보자. 유리병, 퀴닌, 타르타르산염, 하이포어 어쩌고 저쩌고. 아따 빡세다 진짜. 와씨, 여기만 2,000을 쳐먹는다고? 이건 솔직히 그렇게 오래 있을 필요는 없는데. 이것도 2,000을 쳐먹네? 이런 미친. 와, 나 미쳐버리겠네. 이거는 이미 1000까지 올라갔고. 아, 나 진짜 씨 미쳐버리겠네. 데미지가 제법, 아니네, 크게 차이가 많이 나진 않네. 굳이 저지랄을 할 필요는 없고. 세럼도 지금 그렇게 많이는 안 쓰고. 총알 하나같이 졸라 애매하네 진짜. 이거는 좀 유의미하게 차이가 나긴 나는데, 이거 찍으면 하나밖에 못 찍잖아. 궁극기, 평타, 이걸로 가자. 그리고 스태미나 하나 올리고. 아슬아슬하게 모자라네 씨. 오케이, 여기까지. 처음 초기화에 한해서, 어이? 놀래라. 슬픈 성인의 초상. 이스트엔드의 부두 근처에 산 적이 있다면 분명 숀 패트릭 햄프턴이 누군지 알 것이고, 그렇지 않아도 최소한 그에 대해 들어는 봤을 것이다. 그의 이름은 수도 전체에 퍼지기 시작했고, 같이 불리는 노래는 희망의 노래이다. 숀은 자신의 손과 신념으로 지은 햄프턴 쉼터의 겸한 설립자다. 그는 도슨가가 자비롭게 기부한 버려진 창고를 개조해 현재 런던에서 가장 유명한 쉼터로 바꿔놓았다. 가난하고 굶주린 사람들은 그의 지붕 아래에서 환영받고, 그는 음식과 보살핌 그리고 기도를 함께 나눈다. 숀 햄프턴은 불행한 성장 배경을 겪었으나 인생의 고난은 주님을 향한 그의 깊은 신뢰를 꺾거나 훼손할 수 없었다. 오히려 이 충직한 남자는 가난의 고통으로 인해 예리한 공감 능력을 얻었다. 타인에 대한 그의 사랑은 부두 전체에서 유명하다. 병든 퇴역군인, 고아가 된 아이, 병든 어머니를 보고 숀이 우는 것을 보지 않는 사람들은 드물다. 그는 그렇게 이스트엔드의 슬픈 성자라는 별명을 얻었다. 숀 햄프턴은 매우 존경받고 있기 때문에 슬픈 성인이 알 수 없는 병에 걸려 자주 쉬어야 하고 자신의 양떼에게서 떨어져 식사해야 함에도 사람들은 여전히 그의 쉼터에 머무르고 있다. 런던 다른 지역에선 누군가 공공장소에서 기침만 해도 물러서는 마당에 사람들은 기꺼이 햄프턴 쉼터에서 먹고 자고 있다. 그곳은 이스트엔드 부두에서 가장 안전한 곳이다. 그 건물은 더러워 보이고 그 주변의 악취는 민감한 사람에겐 끔찍할 정도지만 그곳에는 희망과 사랑이 있다. 그리고 사망자 수는 낮았으며 이 며칠 동안 안정적이었다. 씨, 나 또 누구 사라졌다는 줄 깜짝 놀랐네. 아이씨. 그냥 그때 잡아먹었어야 됐는데 망할. 얘네는 왜 다 편두통이야 씨. 얘는 감기고 확실히 불살 루트가 어렵긴 어렵군요. 정말로 오지게. 그냥 애들 피를 빨면은 경험치 지금 상태에서 한 몇만 단위는 모을 수 있을 텐데. 하지만 엔딩을 보기 위해서 굿 엔딩, 굿 베스트라고 봐야 되나? 아무튼 엔딩을 보기 위해서 저는 참을 것입니다.
You never lose. Right then.
방아쇠 2개. 와씨 돈 한 푼도 없네. 이건 팔아. 보자. 감기약 10원. 유리병 1원. 아까 퀴닌 5원 6원. 하이포화 염소산 이거 맞는 거 같고. 1, 3, 3, 5, 11, 12원. 씨, 그냥 재료로 파는 게 훨씬 비싸네. 씨. 어우 씨. 하마터면 저걸 팔아버릴 뻔했네. 한 개 3원. 참 요거 하나만 딱 마이도 말고 딱 100개만 팔자. 300원 정도면 어떻게든 되겠지. 아씨. 와 이걸 하나씩 올라가야 돼? 꾹 누르고 있으면 주르륵 올라가는 기능 없나? 젠장. 이렇게 됐고 일단 여기서 됐고 여기 그 시인 새끼 감기 걸렸었지. 경험치나 좀 땡기고 가자. 네가 왜 거기 있냐?
Good evening, Mr.
And good evening to...
아니 네가 뭐 도움이 될 적은 없고.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something.
맨날 비쳐먹고
I don't feel
댕기니까
like I
씨발
should.
감기를 달고 살지 새끼야.
I understand your appetite for words, and
The nutrition of my mind.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
얘 하나만 빨아도 3천인데 씨. 에이, 어쩔 수 없지. 주무기를 강화를 좀 시켜야 되는데. 뒤졌어. 죽어 임마. 뭘. 확실히 이제 레벨업을 하면 그래도 쪼렙 구간 애들은 빨리빨리 잡을 수 있네. 다행이다. 이거 미친 거대한 짐승 새끼 나오지 않나? 나왔다. 이 새끼 어디 있다 나오는 거야? 개무지 장난이야 이거. 오이씨. 장전하고. 오케이. 이게 레벨 노가다로 찍어 누르지도 못하게 너희 참 미쳐버리겠네. 뒤에서 난리가 나도 절대 돌아보지 않는다. 그래, 바로 그거야. 오케이. 오. 피를 딱히 채울 게 없네. 없으면 없는 대로. 됐고, 이 옆에 또 있던가? 일로 오는 거 맞지? 맞구나. 귀찮다. 일단 여기는 없고. 좋았어. 야, 잠깐 대기.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor.
I'd like...
Wise choice, Doctor.
내가 지금 방아쇠 부품이 몇 개 있더라? 6개. 업그레이드 할 돈 딱 됐네. 오케이, 그럼 굳이 지금 살 필요 없지. 샷건 강화, 깡댐 증가. 한동안 쓸 저걸 확보했고. 이거는 또 그 무슨 새로 나온 놈들 잡고 저거를 뽑아야 되나? 저 풀강 가자. 아, 이거 5개 들어가? 에이씨, 어차피 지금 안 되네. 저 엄마에도 깡되면 충분하지. 훌륭한 손재이고. 와, 죽어도 안 나오네. 3개만 더. 이거는 저한테 또 가야 되는데. 알루미늄 부품 아예 없고. 아씨. 어떻게 눌러가야 돼? 돌고 돌고. 여기서 바로 가자니 좀 많이 돌아가야 되는데. 아씨, 모르겠다. 일단 가자. 퀘스트 말고 다른 뭐 사건 이런 건 따로 없네. 내 레벨업 따라서 매번 올라가는 건 아닌 것 같은데 참 그거. 새끼가 씨. 내 레벨 따라 올라가나? 확실히 좀 애들이 레벨이 오르긴 올랐는데. 짜증나네. 이걸 버텨? 미친. 세상에 그걸 버틸 줄이야. 여기서 어디 바로 못 건너가나? 그런 기능은 없구나. 진짜 자고 일할 때마다 모든 마을에 있는 저걸 다 쓸고 다닐 수도 없고 진짜 미쳐버리겠네.
Steady, boys!
이제 한 방에 기절 안 하네. 방울 한 번 더 해야 되나 보다. 여기 있고요. 한일 죽어 이제 시가 살아 댕기는 것도 지친다. 재료를 어떻게 수급할 때가 왔다 갔다 하면서 리젠드 그러니까 자고 일났을 때 그 다시 생기는 상점밖에 없으니까 이거는 진짜 어떻게 방법이 없네요.
Look out! Filthy pig!
죽어 죽어. 공급기 쿨 다차는 소리 존나 경쾌하네. 띵. 예, 경험치 4250. 아씨
Now everything seems under control.
너무 아름다운데.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Doc.
Have you got any new...
As long as he keeps on helping the poor,
Can I...
as long as you have money.
세 개가 안 사지네. 조금 할인이 되긴 됐는데. 방아쇠 저건 어차피 뭘 해도 사야 돼. 아씨. 대형 근거리 무기. 이건 짜다실이 쓸 일이 없을 것 같은데. 대형 무기 내가 너무 안 써봐서 그런가? 얼마가 부족한 거야 3개 살려면. 189원 29원 30원 정도가 부족하다. 그리고 와 진짜 거지 됐다. 아 이럴 줄 알았으면 그 20레벨짜리들한테도 한번 앵겨볼 걸 그랬나? 그랬으면 2번 싸울 수 있었을 텐데. 오우씨. 오예. 데미지 미쳤다. 역시 훌륭한 대화 수단. 대화 수단? 대화 수단. 샷건. 아이고. 여기가 어드맨이야. 일단 이쪽은 아니고 100m 앞에. 이쪽에도 애들이 있었는데. 맞네. 선방이 쓰러지네. 아주 좋아하네. 죽어라. 레벨 20. 내보다 좀 높아도 아주 못 잡을 정도는 아니다. 다만 일반 몹에 한해서. 와씨, 여기서 보스급 이제 뜨기 시작하면 진짜 좆될 것 같은데. 얘네로 이걸로 무기가 커버가 되나? 다음 저거를 좀 나오게 해줘야 뭐를 씨. 무기 강화 발로라도 버티지. 여기구나. 여기 완전 피칠갑이 돼 있노. 아파트 안에가. 오케이, 가보자. 더 끌어봐야 뭐시 어디서
29 Pretty Orchard Street. This is it. What's in there for me?
아주 그냥 피가.
There's been a fight here.
싸움 레벨루가 아닌 것 같은데. 뭐네 또. 아, 포스터구나. 포스터 좀 한번 본 거는 좀 그만 좀 빠딱거렸으면 좋겠네. 씨. 같은 내용 몇 번을 봐야 돼?
This window was shattered with violent force. Someone's been pulled through it and dragged through the street. Who could have done that?
오씨가 뭐 번떡 하는 줄 알았더만 그 뱀파이어 시점일 때 그 까맣게 먼지 날리는 그거였구나. 씨. 난 창문 밖에서 누가 뛰어 들어온 줄 알았네. 씨. 불안한데. 다행히 뭐 내려오자마자 다이다이 이런 건 없구나. 깨도 뭐 주는 것도 없고 씨. 이거 어때? 레벨 17. 지금 내랑 딱 맞는 레벨이긴 하네. 가기 전에. 아니 넌 왜 인식이 안 되냐? 몰라 이거. 일러라 피 좀 빨자. 진짜. 오케이, 처리 끝. 너 여기 뭐 하나 있지 않았나? 아, 여기구나. 시체는 찾았는데 주는 게 없네. 빡세다 진짜. 아씨, 보스전 나올 것 같은데. 아닌가? 피 안 빨고. 아, 그걸로 끝났네. 오케이. 의외로 흡혈이 데미지가 그렇게 세지가 않네. 아니, 뭐 흡혈로 막타를 먹어야 된다 이런 조건이 없으니까 상관은 없긴 한데. 여기 또 어디야? 아, 저기 바로 건너편이었구나. 신부는 귀찮으니까 바로 골부터. 에이씨, 귀찮은 새끼 진짜. 오우 쉣, 죽겠다. 때리고 죽어. 딱 적절한 마무리였어. 너 뭐 주는 거 있구나. 오케이. 뭐야, 장미는 왜 물려나?
This is the very flower my mother tossed on Mary's coffin. Someone is targeting my family.
저런 꽃이 한두 개도 있고 그걸 어떻게 보자마자 알아?
The marks on this woman's neck were made by the fangs of a vampire.
말뚝.
Only a golden watch in her pockets.
감사합니다.
Her shoes and clothes are quite worn out.
아까 뭐 질질 끌고 댕겼니였죠, 이 캐서트는.
I see you.
여자?
Right then. It's a sick game. But given no choice in the matter, I might as well win it.
화이트 채플. 일로 가는 거 맞나? 맞긴 맞네. 49m. 결국은 내려가야 되네. 아, 게임하면서 이만큼 돈에 시달려 본 적이 별로 없는데 워낙 샅샅이 줍고 댕기고 깡그리 팔고 댕기다 보니. 근데 와, 이 게임은 진짜 NPC
What was that?
얘 이름을 알아? 저기다. 응?
I won't let you escape. You're very fast, but I'll catch you.
무덤 쪽. 씨발, 복장이 뭔가 익숙하다 했는데 설마 저게 얘 여동생? 에이, 아니겠지 설마. 죽었잖아. 아니, 이게 분명히 여동생 죽었었는데? 뭐지? 여동생이가 맞나 아이가? 보면 알겠지. 30m.
They've all been butchered.
진짜 탈탈 털렸네. 스칼들은
I can still sense a presence.
스칼들도 다 뒤졌나 본데? 에이, 설마. 저쪽. 아, 놀래라 씨. 얘 여동생 무덤이잖아. 진짜 여동생인가? 허허, 설마가 사람을 잡긴 하는데 오스왈드 대처. 얘는 저거 약 하나 주면 되겠고, 얘도 두통. 오케이.
You! What have you done?
Vicar Larrabee, what happened?
Demon! Hell scourge! Son of perdition!
Vicar! Jonathan's no demon. He's just a soul. Returned from the dead.
응?
Like your Christ, Vicar.
진짜네? 미친?
Mary, is it really you?
Oh, it's me, all right. Precious brother.
What is Mother doing
어머니는 왜
here?
데리고 오노?
I'm gathering the family for a final reunion. All smiling, all dead. Thanks to the good Dr. Reed.
Mary,
Mother? Say hello to your son.
Hello, Jonathan.
Mother,
What do we have here, Mother? The prodigal son has lost his tongue. Our Jonathan always had the first and last word at dinner. The
내
entertainer,
호구로
the
바보
star
만들어
of our
놓은
show.
I'm sorry. Let me explain.
Shut up. It's my turn to do the talking. I have this nasty hole in my chest, Johnny. It needs to breathe.
Of course. You can speak.
My prayers went so long without an answer. My husband, killed in France. My child, carried away by the flu. My brother promising to return in his letters, then disappearing in thin air. I went from hospital to hospital, cemetery to cemetery, grave to grave. I've lifted every stone in London, searching for an end to the nightmare. And there you were, in front of me, on a dark pier.
The hunger had taken me.
The joy to have finally found you. I longed for your arms, a final happy ending to so much tragedy, to tell me all would be well again, as you did when we were children. It was this filthy dock where you greeted your sister. I dug a tunnel from my grave with my fingers and teeth.
Mary. I thought I had murdered you. I tried to end myself. We've been through the same horror.
We are a disease, Jonathan. A sickness that corrupts all it touches. All we kiss, and all we kill. Look at me. Admire your ilk.
I'm so sorry.
Apologies will not suffice. I demand reparation. I want a miracle. Are you a miracle worker, Dr. Reed?
얘는 에콘이 된 건가? 아니면은 저
No? I'll show you mine then.
뭐냐?
The family Reed,
스칼인 건가?
reunited and complete, living forever in a red sea of eternal love. Time to go, Mother. Say hello to my son for
Mary,
me.
wait. I have made friends with vital knowledge. Vampires. We are not alone, Mary. With time, we can learn to live almost as we lived before.
How long?
What?
How long will this masquerade continue? I've been watching you. All these nights in Whitechapel pretending you're still a doctor. You believe you're just fighting a disease. But it's you, the disease. Jonathan, you!
I'm a scientist. I'll find a solution. Let our mother go.
얘는
Please.
유난히
You're
혈색이
always the
좋네.
one to sway me to reason, Jonathan. But before, your motivations were always pure. Now you're tainted.
Let her go! She has no part to play in this.
Very well. Have you heard our good doctor? You can go home, Mother. Go home and rest in peace.
Yes, I'll go home and rest.
It's so easy to make
Rest
them
in peace,
obey
sir.
or forget. Puppets for our pleasure. I've seen you have your fun.
You are mad.
So that's what I am, Doctor. Mad. I was beginning to wonder. I've been hearing these voices in my head. One in particular. That of my dead brother. This is the reason I must kill you. Not for your betrayal. Not for our poisonous kiss. Not even for the lies you tell yourself. No. It's so that smooth and wicked voice will stop ringing in my ear.
Mary. No, don't!
Time to die, brother. And this time for good. Slayer!
쉣. 건드리지 마 미친.
Burn away Earthquake's mind. You're a monster. Come to me, Jonathan.
하게 해주세요.
Give me your blood, priest. My final thoughts are just to die for. Abomination. Kiss me again, sweet brother.
레벨 차이가 너무 큰데?
Assassin! What have you done?
전투가 참 졸렬해질 수밖에 없네 진짜.
I'll make you kneel like a dog, just as you did to Rest in peace, monster.
와 미친 진짜 돌았네.
You left me to rot in this
와 안되겠다. 훌륭한 대화 수단. 그 두 번째.
grave.
어쩔 수 없다.
Well, brother, it's time to bring this conversation to an end. Forever.
You know I will not play this game.
Calm now, Doctor. Like a rabid dog. Or think you're performing an autopsy.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'll kill them all. The kind Dr. Swansea. The sweet little lass with hair of red. I am the harbinger, bringing your punishment.
Mary.
Don't you see? This is not me. Flesh that never ages. All nightmare, no dream. Bring it to a close. Let me sleep.
I will find a cure, Mary. I swear it.
At last, I can forgive you.
와 미친. 역시 방향전환도 안 되고 그냥 움직이기만 하면 돼. 아, 저 무덤에 다시 묻어주러 가는구나. 아, 이미 무덤에 개박살이 났네. 바로 며칠 건너뛰어?
Blood. As I shed one last red tear for my fallen sister, I realize the entire world now revolves around this singular word. The epidemic that has stricken London is not the Spanish flu. It is transmitted through the blood, via violent biting, turning survivors into frenzied immortals. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. I am a vampire, born anew into an age of death and pestilence. While plotting factions close in around me, I am sworn to find the source of this epidemic. I am convinced greater perils are still to come. I know the answers I seek are
첫
hiding
번째 장
in our
끝인가?
blood.
리드 박사님께 최대한 빨리 할 이야기가 있으니 편지가 잘 도착하기를 바랍니다. 웨스트엔드 상황은 빠르게 심각해지고 있어 우리 모두 위험한 상황에 빠져 있습니다. 프리엔 경비대가 수소문을 하기 시작해 몇 날 며칠 동안 에코를 발견하는 족족 전부 죽였습니다. 아스칼론 클럽의 회장인 레드그레이브 경이 최근 제게 연락을 했습니다. 그가 당신을 즉시 만나고 싶어 하더군요. 원하는 날 밤에 제 저택으로 와주셨으면 합니다. 이 모든 상황에 대한 논의가 필요합니다. 현지와 함께 도시의 모든 바리게이트나 격리 지역의 검문소를 지나갈 수 있는 공식 통행증을 동봉했습니다. 당신의 친구 애쉬버리. 여기서 실패가 뜰 수는 없잖아. 어차피 메인 퀘니까. 갑자기 왜 이렇게 많아? 두통, 피로. 온 전신의 피로네. 여기 두통 하나뿐이고 피로, 편두통, 신경통. 또 경험치나 좀 빨라는 저건가? 아씨 뭐야? 아까 지금까지 먹었던 게 작은 물약이었네. 에이씨. 됐다. 그거 하면 됐지. 이거는 데미지 뻥튀기를 가야지. 일단 그건 나중 문제고. 아씨 주무기 이게 진짜 있어야 되는데 언제쯤 뜰 작정인 거야 씨. 피로가 오지게 많고 신경통, 편두통은 없고 피로 말고는 내가 어떻게 해줄 수 있는 게 없네? 피로 다 피로. 얘는 두통. 오케이.
It's locked, all right.
두통 관련 적은 어떻게 찾아낼 수가 없나? 그 레시피라고 표현해야 되나? 조제법을? 한번 봅시다. 뭐 사건이 터졌니 많이 하는 건 일단 없고
I'm quite busy, Rock.
아, 네
Do you need
바쁘다.
my...
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reed. We do not see you in surgery very often.
새끼가, 씨.
Thank you for your time.
구해줘도 지랄이야, 씨.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening.
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
Really? Why has no one else asked me that since I got here? I thought I was in a hospital.
그러게.
Unfortunately, you are not the only person who needs help. And complaining about it won't do you any good.
Well, perhaps you're right, Dr. Reed. I'm sure if me missus was still alive, she wouldn't be happy with me going on like this.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
그리고 이 아줌에도
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
이 아줌 이거 다 떴네? 그럼 가야지.
Your son wished to die, Beatrice. Why did you hide such crucial information?
Are you not aware suicide is a crime? Mortimer could be thrown in jail. I can't let that happen. I won't.
I understand you fear the legal consequences, Mrs. Goswick. But don't you realize your silence significantly affects your son's case?
All my son needs is help and comprehension. Not judgment and punishment for what he may or may not have done.
Mortimer is extremely vague as to his motivations for committing suicide. Tell me more about what you know.
As you say, Mortimer had no reason to die. All he said to me was that he wanted to make the world a better place, but couldn't.
Why did your son feel so useless when facing the world?
I think it was more that he could only see the melancholy facets of life. He couldn't help but
아줌에가
dwell on
존나
such things.
좋았겠지.
What do you think he meant by making the world a better place?
Mortimer has always been a sensitive soul. He wouldn't talk to anyone for months after his father passed. It's like he carries everyone's sadness with him.
I have read your son's suicide note. It was not an impulsive gesture, nor was it his first attempt.
He threatened to kill himself a few times before. But I never thought he would dare to punish me this much.
Punish you? Why?
I've known for a long time he was not happy with his life. But I always hoped he cared enough to avoid making me suffer like this.
Do you realize your son could try to kill himself again? He might succeed next time.
I think about it every minute. But I won't stop fighting for my son's future. That's how much I love him.
Your determination is laudable, but you are in a state of denial, Mrs. Goswick. Your son has a very strong death wish.
How dare you talk to a mother like that? Talk to me like that?
I'm only trying to be honest, Mrs. Goswick. As painful as this fatal end may be for you, you have to accept this is a possibility.
No. I'll never accept it. If my son was to die under your care,
아,
you
죽여버리고
have
싶다,
no
진짜.
idea what I'm capable of, Dr. Reed.
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this? No. I don't feel well, actually.
Despite what you think about this place, I can tell you with absolute certainty, taking this
왜
will
이렇게
help
아들이
you
싹
recover.
가가지고
Well, at
있지?
least your reputation seems well deserved. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for this hospital.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
얘 또 저거 파나?
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Such a pleasure to see you.
뭐지? 수수께끼에 뭐 어쩌고 그런 거?
Do you need medical attention?
Well, the proximity of the dead is not the most healthy company.
얘가
Even if
처음에
the
그
quiet can be appreciated.
제조법 저걸 팔아갖고 했던
Don't
거
take
같은데.
too many risks with your health, Mr. Chidana. None of us are immune to this disease.
And that is a good thing. Death and disease is a constant reminder of our mortality. But you have my thanks, Dr. Reed.
Please show me what you...
Of course.
없네. 음서. 없으면 뒤였다. 아마 저거는 얘를 피를 빨면 열쇠를 주워다가 깔 수 있겠지. 하지만 이번엔 할 수가 없어.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft.
얘 말고
I'll leave you, Miss...
얘 그렇지.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
Not really. I think I caught something in this bloody hospital. I swear I'm dead, yet smiling inside, Dr. Reed.
As long as you remain here, I will make sure you don't have to worry about your health.
Don't think you can do much about it. Damage is done.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
그렇다고 사기를 치냐?
You know you can't hide forever. One day you'll have to face your loved ones. Until that day, you have no chance of real recovery.
My friends all died in the trenches. It's shameful enough to be alive with these stupid scars. I don't want my children to see me like this.
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen.
얼씨구.
Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole.
씨발 그 와중에 오입질을 얻었다.
There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Why do you feel...
I wasn't...
You told me before you don't want your children to see you like this. Do you have any other family?
My sister Agatha has raised my nippers since their mother died. Don't want them to look at me like this.
How could children despise their father injured in the war?
What do you think? They saw me. Once. My poor angels left the room crying. They keep on having nightmares every week, my sister told me.
Your sister's not a child. I'm sure she has nothing but respect for a wounded soldier, and you are her brother.
You don't know my sister Agatha. She may be young, but she's all discipline and morality. If she ever found out what really happened...
She doesn't have to know.
She's a sly one, my sister. One day she'll find out the truth and knock 7 bells out of me. Nah, I'm better off here.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
아 경험치 마렵다 씨발. 4니까 얘는 아직 안 되긴 한데 3이면은 얘네만 해도 4천. 지금까지 내가 모은 것보다 더 많네 씨.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
이거 먹고
Do you require medical assistance, nurse?
I will be fine. As soon as I can get some sleep.
Nurse, you won't be able to help people if you're sick. Take this, and do try to get some rest.
I'll try, Dr. Reed. Thank you.
Goodbye,
뭐
nurse.
좀 내나
Call me
보던가,
if you
씨.
need assistance.
말만. 이도 새끼야.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed.
드디어 떴다. 아씨 근데 존나 비싸네. $80, $70. 아, 저 돈을 어떻게 마련을 해야 돼, 씨. 이런 거 팔아간 답이 없는데. 약은 그냥 10원짜리고. 어떻게 해야 되나. 요거 30개만 팔고 또 팔만한 거 요것 또한 30개만 팔고. 와 진짜 팔 게 이제 소재밖에 없네. 이것 또한 30개 팔고 이것도 됐어. 지금 그냥 손잡이가 중요하지. 아니 참 이게 아니구나. 얘한테
Good
약
evening,
주러
Milton.
왔다가 이게
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you need any medical help, Milton?
I'm afraid I do. Like everyone in this hospital. It's a sad state of affairs when even the hospital workers are worried about disease.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections, Milton. There's no shame in being ill while you're in a hospital.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. I get the feeling you don't fall sick often. But thanks anyway.
Goodbye, Milton.
얘도 씨 경험치 2,000이나 주네. 얘는 뭐 또 대화할 게 있나?
Hey, Doc.
없네? 없으면
I'll leave
치우고.
you for... Hello again, Mr. Thatcher. Do you feel any better now?
Yes, this neighborhood may stink of dog shit and reek of piss, but to me it smells like the purest mountain air.
Are you concerned about the conditions here in London?
Not really. Sick people, men in arms, fighting every night. I already faced all this during the war.
아 그래요.
Mr. Thatcher, do you have a job?
No. Since I came back from the war, I spent most of my time and energy just trying to forget.
I understand what you mean. I was a soldier too.
No. Nobody can truly understand what I've gone through.
그렇겠지.
Why were you locked in that sewer? What happened?
I went by the canal after an argument with a friend. Got chased by these fucking wankers and had to barricade myself in, despite my claustrophobia.
Why did you run? What was the reason for your argument?
Newton wanted me to go to a hospital, but I can't stand being closed in. Makes me feel like I'm suffocating.
그럼 필드에서
Tell me
치료하면
about your
되겠네.
claustrophobia. Has anyone given you an official diagnosis?
That's what the bloody doctor said. But I don't want to go to a hospital to get checked again. I'll deal with it my own way.
아 예. 그러시겠죠.
Oswald, why did you not go to the Pembroke Hospital to seek medical help?
I don't trust doctors. All they care about was their careers and processes. I won't be locked in any room again by anyone.
Your fear of being trapped is not going to go away by itself. You need professional help.
I've seen enough butchers in white coats to last a lifetime.
와, 흰 가운이
Hospitals reek
100점.
of chemicals and death. What I need is fresh air.
표현 보소.
Do you want to talk about why you have this fear of being enclosed, Mr. Thatcher?
No, I really don't.
An irrational fear like yours is usually rooted in a specific event. Perhaps it would help to talk about it.
Well, Doctor, take a guess then, if you're so interested in my case.
When I rescued you, you expressed joy at seeing the sky again. So I'm inclined to believe you were trapped or
이게
buried
맞는 것
somehow.
같긴 한데.
Maybe during a shelling.
Jeez, you're good, Doc. You're really good.
Go on, please. Tell me more about it.
Newton and I were trapped in a circulation tunnel after an artillery attack. We were buried alive for several days without ever knowing if we'd be found.
오. 일단
Do you
잠시
need medical attention?
약부터
Don't get
좀
me
주고.
wrong, sir. I'm grateful for what you've done, but I've never felt comfortable with doctors.
I'm certain you have your reasons. But let me assure you, I'm not like other doctors you may have consulted with.
It is true. You risked your life to save me, after all. It would be impolite to refuse your counsel.
그래. 약이나 빨리 처먹어. 씨.
Oswald, tell me about what happened when you were buried in that tunnel with Newton.
It was more than dark. It was black as pitch. Hours seemed like days, and days like months. The terror, the shameful thoughts. Lord have mercy.
What you endured was terrifying. It would have completely destroyed weaker men.
It did not destroy Newton.
걔가 특이한 거겠지.
Shameful thoughts. Tell me about them.
At some point, I don't remember which day, but when I thought we'd never be rescued, that this would be our end, I thought about...
Say it, Mr. Thatcher. If you ever want to heal, you have to say it.
I thought about what I could do to survive. Just for a few more days. I thought about killing Newton. Killing and eating him. The man I fucking love.
Tell me about your true feelings for Newton.
I love him. I'm not ashamed to say it. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. I can't imagine life without him.
Why should you be ashamed?
I'm not, I said. But Newton sees it differently.
I admire your honesty. It takes courage to stand up to society. The world needs people like you to create change.
Courage is what we needed in the trenches, looking death in the face every day. I speak plain. I speak my mind.
Have you always been this straightforward?
All I know is, before you saved me by the sewer, my only regret was I wouldn't be able to hold or kiss Newton again. I love him, that's all.
어허. 이제 대화 끝났고.
Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher. Try to take care of yourself.
얘한테 말을 걸어서. 에? 뭐야? 왜 잠가놨어? 이 새끼. 뭐지? 아 이제 야!
It's locked.
이 새끼.
Stop looking round, I'm right here in front of you.
There's nobody here. I'm supposed to be the parent, not you. Someone could see us and talk.
It's locked, all right.
뭔가 엿듣기가 될 것 같은데. 아 여기서 보는 거구나. 오케이.
Sometimes you act like a real jerk, you know that?
Come on, Ozzy, don't be like that.
What, like what? Like someone who felt betrayed by the man he loves? Did you ever even try to find me? Rescue me? No, it's not like that. I wanted to. I was so afraid to leave the hospital, not to be seen with you.
We survived this shit together. That's all that matters. I know you did your best.
오, 강렬한데.
Fuck the war, right? And fuck them all.
Fuck the war. Fuck them all.
이제 열리나? 야, 좀 열어줘, 이 새끼들아.
I cannot enter.
We're still alive and healthy. Can't you be satisfied with that?
I have not survived being buried in a mass grave for these trivialities.
We are not in the middle of a battlefield anymore. So many ways.
안에 챙겨 먹을 게 있는데 좀 들어가게 좀 해줘, 이씨. 나온다. 오케이. 와, 씨와. 쟤네들이 열었을 때 어차피 못 들어가는구나. 이런 잣 같은.
Hello again, Mr. Blight. I'm happy to see Mr. Thatcher is safe for now.
I'm eternally grateful, Doctor. We were total strangers and you helped us anyway. Can't thank you enough, sir.
Are you concerned about the living conditions in the city?
Of course I am. I'll be stuck here for as long as Oswald refuses to go to hospital. And, unfortunately, it seems the violence is rising.
What kind of violence?
I believe people have armed themselves and started to attack those that show signs of contagion.
You are always welcome at the Pembroke Hospital. As a former officer, I'll be honored to welcome a fellow veteran.
I'm not giving up on bringing Oswald back to the hospital. I just need to convince him that he needs some help.
Perhaps he needs to reach that decision by himself.
Could you speak to him? He doesn't usually listen to doctors, but perhaps because you've been through it, you can talk him round.
Why do you stay here now that Mr. Thatcher's back?
It's complicated. Since the war, Oswald's been really nervous with the idea of entering any hospital.
얘는 뭐를 두려워하더라.
I've got my own issues.
Can you speak about them?
Rats, sir.
아, 맞아.
Even seeing one, they turn me. Just want to run. It's that fear that stopped me from going after Oswald when he left.
What can you tell me about the war, Mr. Blight? If you want to speak about it, of course.
War was... Well, you know, sir. The stench of death everywhere. Your mates lying bleeding in the mud. Just praying to make it through and get home. Bloody nightmare.
Did you know Oswald Thatcher before the war?
No. We met in the battlefield. I think we're in the same boat to France. We've stuck together ever since.
I fought in France too.
모두리 좋다면서.
I served as a field surgeon, but it was not uncommon to repel an assault, especially at night.
Yeah. The first time I was wounded, I had to protect the infirmary from hostiles. Twice.
You and Oswald were buried alive during the war. Tell me about it.
Yeah. It was last summer. A shell hit our trench and we were buried for a week.
일주일? 야, 씨, 대단하다.
Oswald seemed far more traumatized than you by the event.
It wasn't the first time it happened to me. Surviving it again gave me strength.
처음이 아니라고?
You believe that?
How did you survive for a week?
Luckily for us, there were rations and water in the tunnel. It was an outpost, see. Since then, Oswald's not keen on being inside for too long.
같은데.
How do you feel about Oswald Thatcher? You are more than friends, aren't you?
I love him. I love Oswald. We knew we wouldn't survive the war without each other. But I am terrified, Doctor.
What frightens you so much?
What if people find out? Oswald says I'm ashamed, but it ain't that. It's more, well, you know. Never thought I'd love a man.
I won't say a word, Mr. Blight. Your secret is safe with me.
I fought for my country and I survived. I saw my comrades die. And now society tells me I'm a criminal for who I love.
응? 동선이를 범죄 취급해?
Makes me so angry.
What caused your phobia of rats, Newton?
It happened last year following an artillery attack. I was trapped for 2 days in a hole under 2 dead soldiers. And there were rats.
Go on.
They started eating me as soon as I dozed. Gnawing at my ears, with fingers, lips.
멀쩡해 보이는데 귀?
Couldn't move. Couldn't call for help.
I see.
No, you don't. You have no idea what it is to wake up buried under bodies. Fucking vermin eating your flesh. Oswald. He found me and saved me.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight. Take care of yourself. Good evening.
Evening, Doctor.
아까 마지막 하나가 여긴데.
Newton is conflicted about his feelings towards you. Would you like to talk about it, Oswald?
It makes me sad and angry. It feels like the beautiful thing we have is somehow tainted. It hurts to see him so lost.
His love for you is genuine. I'm certain he wasn't lying to me when he expressed his feelings for you.
Newton still has to accept it, knowing he'll be seen as a queer, a fairy, less than a man in those simple-minded bigots' eyes. Though he's more of a man than they'll ever be, so fuck them all.
Goodbye, Mr. Thad.
이걸로 1000. 쟤는 3000. 보자. 건너가서 바로 있고 일단 또 상점 순회를 한 바퀴 해야 되네. 여긴 끝났고 피로 신경통 편두통 여기는 씨 얘가 죽어버려가지고 씨 피로 말곤 지금 내가 어떻게 해줄 수 있는 게 없네. 정말 지긋지긋하다 클레이. 이게 대체 무슨 지랄 맞은 짓이야. 온 부두가 내 남편이 그 멍청한 애새끼 쑤신 이야기만 하고 있잖아. 칼 꺼내기 전에 20까지 세라고 내가 몇 번이나 말했어. 내 말을 안 듣는다고 다 죽여버리면 일이 제대로 되고 사람들이 우리 말을 들을 것 같아? 들리는 소문에 의하면 죽은 놈 가족들이 널 찾고 있대. 심지어 어떤 놈은 널 죽여버린다고도 했어. 거리에 수상한 사람이 돌아다니는 걸 봤으니 오늘 밤엔 집에 오지마. 빨갱이 자경단인지 뭔지가 널 체포하러 온 것 같으니까. 한동안은 안전한 곳에 숨어있어. 병원이나 아니면 화이트채플이나. 그곳에서 일을 좀 마무리 지을 수 있는지 봐서 한 번이라도 쓸모를 보여봐. 분위기가 잠잠해지면 저 좀 붙이다 애를 보내. 돌아와도 된다고 알려줄게. 에드위나. 오시고 이 새끼 존나 당당하게 씨부리더만은.
Hey, Doc.
반갑냐?
What can you tell me about your marriage, Clay?
Marriage is the sweetest cage, they say. Well, I found myself locked in one with a wild animal.
You mean your wife keeps you on your toes?
No, I mean, we both have claws and we both love to bite.
Am I right to assume your wife's letter pissed you off, Clay?
I was so mad, I threw away the knife she got me when we got married.
Your wife gave you a
그
knife.
칼을 내가
as a wedding
찾아줬지.
That knife has always been my lucky charm. If I'd had it in my hand when I got stabbed on that pier, I'd not have been wounded.
A lucky charm? I never would have taken you as the superstitious type.
We all have our flaws, Doc. Mine's to have my weapon of choice for when the really dirty business comes around.
이제
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
얘 처음에 500점이었는데 경치가 2배로 튀네. 다 푸니까. 대화 같은 거 해금 다 시키니까. 이제 빨리 잡아먹긴 먹어야 되는데 2회차에서 보자. 너 2회차엔 아주 그냥 씨발 다 잡아먹어버릴라니까. 여기 또 리젠드 있을 건데. 빙고. 와씨 레벨 봐 미쳤네. 너 뭐 아이템 떨구는 것도 없냐? 에라이 씨. 아이씨. 하필 남아도 있어. 와봐 와봐. 아니 블링크 오씨. 이 새끼가. 그걸 버텨? 그러면 안 되지. 여기가 어드메냐. 아 여기 거기구나. 그 뭐냐 저거 무슨 감시하는 놈들 저거 찾으러 갔던 거기 같은데. 무슨 뱀파이어 인 줄 아는 여자. 환장하겠구만. 내가 그놈의 망할 굿엔딩 한번 볼기라고 참 별지랄을 다 한다. 별지랄을 다 해. 오 미친. 놀래라 씨. 내가 할 소리다 씨. 죽어라 좀 제발. 오케이 다 잡았다. 와씨 애들 레벨 존나 올라가네 진짜. 와 그 별이 이렇게까지 강제가 돼버리면은 좀 골치 아픈데. 거대 괴물 24. 와, 이쪽 맞지? 오케이, 일단 쭉 찍지는 맞는데 거대 괴물. 아, 여기 와, 기둥이 뒤지고 저거 낮아지니까 죄다 뱀파이어밖에 없네. 그래도 궁극기로 밀어붙이니까 좀 수월하게 잡긴 잡네. 오우 쉣. 죽어라. 죽어. 아이씨. 새끼가 씨. 불몽둥이 존나 휘둘러쌌네. 씨. 셋? 아, 아니구나. 와, 데미지 봐, 미쳤어 진짜. 축축축 죽어라 진짜. 씨발. 와, 또 빡세다 진짜. 다 와가나? 오케이, 도착. 얘 여기 와 있네. 대화 좀 합시다.
Good evening, Xiaoshu.
晚上好, Dr. Reed. It's good to see you again.
How is the sanitary situation evolving in Whitechapel these days?
My only relief is that my Matthew died before seeing the madness that approaches. I'm afraid we won't survive this trial, Dr. Reed.
아마 그렇겠지.
What are you doing with your time now that you're back in Whitechapel?
I've decided to help the poor and sick of the neighborhood by handing out medicine.
That's very charitable of you. But why do it at night?
I've noticed that the most desperate people tend to go out after dark. Hence my presence, to help them when I can.
Giving out medicine? How can you afford to do that?
I am a rich widow, Dr. Reed. My departed husband left me enough money to last the rest of my life. I can spend some on those who don't have any.
Why don't you move to a better neighborhood?
I thought about it, I confess. To go back to the same empty home every day still hurts me a lot.
Why stay here then?
I am a woman of habit, Dr. Reed. And for now, I am happier being useful in a familiar place than I would be anywhere else.
아, 얘는 아예 저것도 없구나.
How do you feel now that you're back in Whitechapel?
I've decided to follow your advice, sir. I won't forget the dead,
해금해야 될 대화
but my
저것도
efforts
없구나.
will be for the living.
Try not to lose yourself in the process. I've seen patients deny their own pain by focusing on the pain of others.
To be completely honest with you, I am also doing this for myself. If I'm destined to survive this epidemic, I need my life to have some purpose.
오케이, 이제 다 뚫었다.
Do you still think about your departed husband?
Of course I do. I'll never forget my beloved Matthew, but how do I put it? Now I miss him more than I want him back.
I know what you mean. And I think it means you're getting better.
Maybe death will take me the way it took Matthew. Without warning and without mercy. But until then, I live on.
죽을 때까지 살아가겠다. 뭐 정답이긴 한데 얘는 뭐야? 너 왜 여기 있냐?
Good evening, Mr. Petrescu. What are you doing here?
I could ask you the exact same question, Mr. Doctor. Now leave me alone.
Tell me everything you know about...
I do not believe...
아 그래 얘는 대화 다 끝냈지 아마.
Are you living on the streets, Mr. Petrescu?
And why not? Those who believe they'll be safe behind walls are blind.
What about your house?
My house is always open to any poor soul needing a roof. All my work here is lost now that Dorothea is gone, thanks to you.
Why are you so aggressive?
I remember the night you came here and convinced me to open my door to you, sir. I'd like to punch you right on your chops.
What do you plan to do now that Nurse Crane is gone?
I'm not sure. Strange men came to see me after
그대로
Dorothea's
죽었다고?
death, with strange weapons and very odd stories.
What kind of stories?
Stories all Romanian children know. It was as if I was home again.
뱀파이어.
Vampires, Mr. Doctor. Vampires.
뱀파이어.
You believe them? Aren't you too old to hold a weapon or listen to scary stories?
Yes, I am old and alone and will die soon, but if these stories are true, maybe I have found myself another cause.
I heard what happened to Nurse Crane. How do you feel?
나 못 들었는데.
Everything was going well until you arrived. Dorothea helped people and will be sorely missed.
Maybe you should consider the bigger picture. We may not have the same approach, but my priority is the safety of London's citizens.
So you put an end to the operation. Did you put an end to Dorothea as well?
You seem to have a lot on your chest, sir.
난 안 죽였는데.
What's wrong?
I heard you are a famous surgeon. Tell me, what did you do to Dorothea?
아.
She was so bright, so clever. Then you made her an empty shell.
모든
I
걸
didn't use
잊어라.
drugs or medical trickery, Mr. Petrescu.
했더니
All
다
I
잊은
did
건가
was
진짜?
talk to Nurse Crane. I promise you.
But what happened to her then? After you left, she did not even recognize me. Then she got careless and sick, and I had to flee.
Goodbye, Mr.
정말 문자 그대로 모든 걸 다 잊었다는 얘기네. 이 동네가 피로. 아 신경통이 맨 미안하다. 내가 줄 게 없다. 마지막 거 도대체 해금이 어디서 되는 거지? 너네는 씨바 둘이 사귀나 올 때마다 이야기 지리야 씨.
Malevolence and trickery.
Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker, my son.
Don't you fear
약이나 좀 주자.
getting sick yourself?
Faith gives me all I need, my son. If I must fall, then so be it.
No doubt your faith will prevail, but let me give you some extra protection against the devil's work. Medicine,
Blessed be your generosity, my son.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupting city.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
이런 놈들 때문에 종교가 욕을 처먹는 거지.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you?
All sign.
Quite a judgmental opinion.
But you are seeking him?
Well,
as a doctor,
What do you mean?
The beast.
이거 대화를 다 했던 것 같은데.
Really?
We must fight.
What is left?
Cleansing.
맞네.
I have had.
그리고 얘네 둘한테 피로약 하나씩 처먹이고.
You again? What do you want this time?
Can I offer you my medical expertise, Mr. Peterson?
Keep your medicines for others.
There is a thin line between pride and stupidity, sir. Please take this medication. You'll feel better.
All right. I'll take it then. It's not like I don't appreciate the gesture.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
그리고 니도 약을 받고.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? Do you need help, sir?
To be honest, I'd prefer you take a look at my stuff. I'd rather be rich and sick than the contrary.
네 물건 볼 거야. 아, 다 썼어 그 10개를?
I will see you later.
미친.
Right then. Show me what you have.
오. 와, 이거 한 개 75원. 장난이 아닌데. 부품. 리벳. 리벳은 요거 사면은 보조무기 풀강, 아니, 샷건 풀강 되고, 알루미늄 부품도 사야 되고. 와, 미쳐버리겠네. 하나 살 수 있다. 하나. 아, 미쳐버리겠네 진짜. 이거 씨발 60 몇 개였지. 100개 밑으로 떨구자. 안 되겠다. 또 쓰레기통 존나게 뒤지고 다녀야지 뭐. 아, 너무 많이 팔았다. 70개만 딱 팔자. 오케이. 그리고 이거 40개. 됐고, 약은 씨발 어디서 어떻게 쓸지 모르게 팔 수가 있나. 됐고, 피로 회복제가 필요하다. 아씨, 또 로딩을 한번 겪어야 되네. 어쩔 수 없다. 어쩔 수가 없네. 피로회복약 하나 더 만들고 오케이. 이건 피해량 뻥튀기지 당연히. 됐고 이거 하나. 알루미늄 부품 5개구나. 이거는 됐다. 그래 씨발 이게 어디냐. 다섯 개씩 쳐먹어? 이거는 약을 만들어다 파는 건 무조건 손해네. 절대 안 해야겠다. 와. 물론 높은 등급 약은 모르겠는데 일단 씨발 그냥 약 하나 무조건 10원이면은 재료값도 못 건지잖아. 에이, 쓰레기 같은. 그래도 데미지가 좀 잘 나오겠지.
You never... Do you need help, sir?
To be honest,
자,
I don't quite agree, but I won't argue with you. Please, take this. You'll feel better.
really? Free? Don't take it personally, but charity usually comes at a price. Human nature being what it is.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
됐고. 얘가 어디 있더라? 얘가 저거 매혹 3레벨이면은 만나러 갈 수는 있었는데. 어디 되게 지랄 같은데 짱 박혀 있었던 것 같은데. 옛길 저쪽이었나?
Good evening, Doctor. Can I have...
얘는 뭐 아예 뭐
How
아무것도
are
없네.
conditions in Whitechapel at the moment?
I always thought it was my role to reveal what really happens in these forgotten parts of London.
And you're not sure anymore?
Emptied coffins, cannibalism, walking dead. I'm trying to report the truth about what's going on, but no one believes it anymore.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
옛길. 헐 미친. 에콘이 있다고? 개 쩌는데? 에이, 미친 비통봐.
You feeble!
오우 쉣. 죽어라 그냥. 한 방에 기절. 새끼가 씨. 오. 훌륭한 등급의 아이템을 준다. 아니네? 다 주는 건 아니구나. 도움이 안 되는 새끼들. 콘을 적으로 만날 줄이야. 이건 조금 충격인데 신선했어. 이쪽 맞네. 여기구나. 오케이, 찾았다. 보소, 대화 좀 합시다잉.
Good evening, sir. It's me again.
Leave me alone, I say, whoever you are.
열어.
It cannot be safe for a blind man to live here alone. Let me enter, sir. I swear I mean you no harm.
Well, a voice never lies, and yours clearly is the voice of a gentleman. All right, Doctor, come on in.
고마워. 너희 집을 일단 좀 털고 그다음 대화를 좀 합시다. 잠깐만. 뱀파이어는 우리의 피를 마시지만 그들이 집어삼키는 건 우리의 영혼입니다. 이 더러운 생물의 더러운 이빨에 물려 죽은 남녀가 천국에 갈 수 있다고 장담할 수 있습니까? 아니요. 그들의 몸뚱아리는 더럽혀지고 영혼은 망가졌습니다. 그들이 있어야 할 곳은 흡혈 악마 군단이 있는 지옥입니다. 뱀파이어는 우리의 영혼을 집어삼킵니다. 클래런스 크로슬리. 더 많은 정보를 원하신다면 제게 연락을 주세요.
Tell me, how do you see the world these days?
어딘 아예에서 있구나. 기다려잉.
It's locked, all right.
아마 쟤를 죽이면 이걸 열 수 있겠지.
How do you see the world these days? So what is the name of my nocturnal visitor?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. As I already explained to you, I'm inquiring about the epidemic.
Dr. Reed? The eminent surgeon? My God, I'd never have expected a brilliant physician like you to knock on my door.
You flatter me, sir.
No, sir, I am flattered. I read all your work when I still had my sight. I loved it. I'm Mason Swanborough, by the way.
How is the sanitary situation evolving in Whitechapel these days?
I hear them hissing and scratching at my door every night. The sick made mad by the fever. But these walls are thick, and my lock is solid.
다행이네, 그나마.
And what else have you learned about me, Mr. Swanborough?
I know you assisted Professor Carell in France, and that you invented a new blood transfusion method based on his work.
Yes. Those were frustrating but exciting days. I loved it.
Yes, the thrill of research and discovery. This is what drives people like us, Dr. Reed. Oh, how I envy you.
Does someone take care of you in this isolated place?
My sister Loretta and I have our daily routine. Every morning and evening she comes by so we can talk and eat. Then she leaves and I stay.
Do you not appreciate your sister's visits?
Loretta is the best and worst thing that happened to me, and I believe she could say the same thing about me.
Where does your sister go?
Well, let's just say, she earns enough money for us both.
What's so amusing about that?
I won't hide the truth from you. Loretta sells a fake miracle elixir to the sick people of Whitechapel.
아예 없네.
Do you know Braille, Mr. Swanborough?
I'm no expert, but I learned it in my spare time, yes. Why?
I found a strange document entitled Cure for Blindness. It's written in Braille, so I thought perhaps it was yours.
Really? Is that some kind of sick joke? Let me see.
Here it is.
This letter seems authentic. And it actually refers to an experimental cure for blindness. You have piqued my interest, Dr. Reed.
Could it be of any use to you?
No. This page is just a part of a larger diary. I'd be glad if you could find the other pages.
I found another page of the diary, Mr. Swanborough.
This diary is still not complete. The man who wrote it claims he is a member of some scholarly brotherhood called the St. Paul's Stole.
Really? I've heard of them. Very capable scientists. Perhaps the man who wrote this really found a cure.
I would need more pages to figure it out, but it's as promising as it is intriguing.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
어이? 아 놀래라 씨.
You're mine.
놀래라 이 자식아. 오예. 아 이런 데서 막 튀어나오네 이 새끼들이. 아이씨 이지라라면 아무데나 가기 무섭잖아. 여기가 무덤가 그 길이구나. 어디로 가야 돼? 오케이. 이유가 어디고? 에이씨.
Watch out!
아씨. 아 피는 어차피 꽉 찼으니까 뭐 상관은 없겠네. 여기도 적들이 리젠이 돼 있겠지 아마. 어씨 놀래라. 움직인 줄 알았네. 뭔데? 너희끼리는 안 싸우냐? 에이씨. 오우씨 뭐 이리 많아. 오우 쉣. 그렇지. 야, 이 새끼가. 넌 뒤졌어. 헐. 저항을 해버리네. 뭐 최종적으로 야 뒤졌어 이 상관은 없는데 어이가 없네. 와씨 미친 피까인 거봐. 작은 거 일단 마저 쓰고 가야겠네. 한 모금 하고. 와씨 피통 봐 미쳤어. 와 총알 소비량이 돌아버렸네. 죽어 이씨. 다 나왔다. 거의 다 왔다. 다 왔나? 다 왔네. 오케이. 아 뭐야 일로 못 나가? 아 놀래라 씨. 난 무슨 폐쇄시켰다거나 그런 건 줄 알았네. 오 쉣.
There's one of them vermin.
죽어라 제발 빨리 쉽게 좀 가자. 피 아니 피란다 아이템. 비싼 거 좀 내놔봐 이씨. 헐 미친 저건 또 뭐야. 그 뭐냐 저 할망구 변한 그런 스타일인가? 오 미친. 와 뒤질 뻔했네. 씨. 죽어 씨. 안 죽어? 와 미친. 아씨 그걸 바로 봐버리네. 어우 존나 빡치네 진짜. 아직까지는 확실히 인간형이 상대하기가 그나마 수월하긴 한데 지랄같이 빡세네 진짜. 아 여기가 아니구나. 젠장. 몇 놈만 피 좀 빨았으면 좋겠다 진짜.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'd like...
Wise choice, Doctor.
More determination.
훌륭한 방아쇠 한 개 있고 지금 내한테 필요한 건 훌륭한 방아쇠가 아닌데.
I know I can count on you. I wish I could say the same.
아니 얘를 보려는 게 아니고 나가서 오른쪽 길 건너서 그럴 것 같더라. 여기도 레벨이 존나 올랐지. 그래. 아씨 내 경험치를 이 자식. 아니 아니다. 그래 먹으면 되지.
For blood.
이 동네도 난리네 아주. 와 완전 전쟁터네 여기. 아 미친. 완전 개난전 전쟁터. 나쁘진 않아. 뭐 레벨업이야 뭐 좀 경험치가 아쉽긴 한데 이래 잡템이라도 주워다 돈이라도 벌면 다행이지. 아이씨 아파 씨. 저 위에 있는 새끼. 얜 또 레벨이 낮네. 뭐지? 왜 이 동네는 또 레벨이 낮지? 뭐 레벨이 낮으면 낮은 대로 뭐 싸우면 되니까 상관은 없는데 여기는 안정된 지역이라 그런가? 그거 말곤 딱히 원인을 모르겠는데. 맞네, 지역 상태가 건강이라서 애들이 레벨업을 안 한 것 같은데.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. What do you want?
You still use your husband's name, Edwina. Why is that?
Why shouldn't I? Maybe a bloody bastard, but I'm still his wife and his name means something round here.
You never paid him a visit at the Pembroke Hospital, did you?
And I don't intend to. In Clay's case, I'm not against a medical mistake or a little help from the Spanish flu.
그냥 나가 죽으라고 애원을 하시네 이 아줌매.
Can I see?
As long as you have money.
와 이걸 15개로 팔아? 씨발 근데 살 수가 있나? 총알은 씨발 한 발에 이런 식이고 와. 어차피 저만큼 다 필요가 없기는 한데 이거는 있어야 되는데. 이게 144원 24원이 필요하다. 요거 8개만 팔자. 정말 빈털털이 됐다. 어쩔 수 없지 뭐. 여기서 왼쪽으로 아니 씨. 놀래라. 야, 내 경험치야 이 새끼. 오 미친. 넌 뒤졌어 이씨. 미친. 야 피했잖아. 야 이런 미친. 이걸 씨발. 처형기를 쓰는 이 새끼가. 죽어 이씨. 왜 이렇게 개난장판이지? 막타는 나의 것. 예. 이런 어부지리도 좀 있어줘야지 그래. 씨. 와 존내 빡시다. 저기도 하나 죽었고. 오케이. 아 이거 빡세다 진짜. 강화 아 이거면은 씨발 더 있어야 되잖아. 이것도 지금 더 3개를 더 모아야 되고, 이건 끝났고. 어차피 이거는 화학질이 없어가 안 되고 강화나 해놓지. 이제 나가서 좌회전 우회전. 그래, 너희가 밑에서 뭘 하든 난 신경 끌게요. 너희들 알아서 하세요. 어이? 이 새끼. 나 그냥 지나갈래. 에이씨.
You must prepare, child, for the earth is bleeding and the harvest is upon us.
Stay away, whoever you are.
This is no time for petty quarrels, my champion. Can you not hear? The famished queen has awoken.
안 들려?
I am not your champion.
But of course you are, son. As surely as you are the blood of my blood.
I had to kill Mary.
I have known your pain, child. Do not succumb to...
Silence! I dismiss you, now!
The land calls for a champion. All and everyone
굶주린 여왕? 도대체 뭘?
Silence!
설마 그 시보리 부인인가? 걔가
Tired of all these puppet shows.
흑막 같은 건 아니겠지? 설마? 아닐 거야. 아씨, 거꾸로 가고 있었네. 이런 미친. 와우. 아, 전멸식 존나 싫어. 죽어라. 오이씨. 아! 이로 피 좀 채우자. 자, 쓱. 아. 여기가 그때, 아. 피는 닿지 않나 보네. 여기가 그 무슨 여관이었나? 그런데 쫓아나간 거기였던 것 같은데. 이슈? 뭔데?
They want war. I'll show them war.
Whatever this poor woman did, nobody deserves this kind of punishment.
와, 미친. 어디로 오란 거야? 아씨. 오, 죽겠다 야. 새끼가. 아, 안돼. 아, 미친. 넌 뒤졌어 이씨. 아, 개빡치네 저거. 뭘 시킬지 모르겠는데 일단 애쉬버리 부인 집까지 가서 대화하고 이벤트 끝내고 오늘은 심화일을 하도록 하겠습니다. 벌써 새벽 3시네. 이거 어디고? 막 들어온 시점이네. 오우씨. 아, 그냥 죽어보네. 에이씨. 죽어라. 냠냠냠. 찹찹. 오 쉣. 피만 채우고 죽여주마. 오케이. 자, 시간. 오케이, 처리 끝. 에콘 새끼 어디 갔어? 없나? 아, 여기에서 아, 여기 있다. 아직 멀었나? 더... 아, 저 앞에 저기구나. 오케이. 잠겼고. 여기도 나중에 때 되면 또 훑을 수 있겠지. 없네? 이건 또 뭐야? 격리구역 전염병. 격리구역 전염병. 그 누구도 지역보건당국의 서면허가 없이 격리구역에 들어가거나 나갈 수 없다. 보건소에 인가된 직원을 제외한 그 어떤 사람도 이 표지를 변경, 파기 또는 제거할 수 없다. 누구든 이 규정을 위반하면 벌금을 물게 된다. 여기구만.
So this is where she lives. What a splendid house.
자, 오셨다. 불렀으면은 뭔 소리를 할지 한번 보자.
Dr. Reed, welcome. How are you?
As good as one can be, considering the circumstances.
Yes. Death and affliction seem prevailing themes of late. Please, come in. We have much to discuss.
I hope I haven't disturbed you.
Not at all. Actually, I was counting on you visiting me tonight.
How strange, this painting. Beautiful, melancholic, yet with a haunting dignity.
Indeed. A long time ago, a friend asked me to paint this for him. But I kept it in the end.
I did not know you were a painter, my lady.
There are many things you do not know about me, young Ekon.
Why do you continue to mock me?
Please excuse my behavior, Jonathan. I tend to tease my friends when
난
uneasy.
나를
What is
놀리는 거를
bothering you, my lady?
죽여버리는 경향이 있는데 널 죽여도
We
되니?
will talk about this in a few minutes. For now, I would like you to tell me about yourself. How have you been since we last met, my friend?
아주 족같이 지냈다.
My sister Mary. She was made a vampire in the same way I was. She was the one killing all those people everywhere I went.
Vengeance is a powerful force for those betrayed. Made vampire through careless error. Victims by surprise.
I swear I did not intend that. If only I had known then how vampires are created.
That is the scientist speaking. In truth, most of us do not know how it really works. Personally, I make sure my prey will not return to haunt me.
What do you mean?
I am merciless, Jonathan. I only feed on the dying, and I make sure they are dead before leaving their remains.
뭐 목을 따든가
In the
뭐
end,
심장을
she implored
쑤시든가
me to put an end to
부활할
her
수 없게
misery.
만들면 되잖아.
But still, I felt I had taken her life twice.
I am so sorry for my accidental cruelty. Had I known your dear Mary was still alive, I would never have sent you to pray for her soul in that church.
There is no need to apologize, my lady. Your words have been most helpful in these difficult times.
Thank you, my friend. If only we could have guided your poor sister through her terrible nightmare.
I came to the conclusion that my maker, whoever he might be, must be a powerful vampire. Certainly extremely old.
How have you reached this conclusion?
자꾸 나타나니까.
He is the only immortal I've seen appear in an ethereal form. His voice, his words seemed ancient. It was disturbing.
I am afraid you are right. The simple fact that your blood made Mary such a strong Ekon proves that you must be of ancient lineage.
I felt this power radiating like an aura every time he appeared.
Most ancestral vampires of England were killed by the Guard of Prewen half a century ago.
그 대부분에서 비껴간 소수 중 하나겠지?
Some of the ancient ones fled England. Some may still be in hiding. All I know is you, my friend, are a pawn in some secret and obscure game of chess.
I think I should ask the questions, your ladyship. After all, it was you who invited me to settle this most urgent of matters.
Fair enough, Jonathan. The situation is critical. We do not have the luxury for etiquette.
Please do
지가 안
not
지키면서.
misunderstand me. I would be delighted to discuss mundane matters and idle trivialities.
If we survive the dark nights to come, we shall have all the time in the world to speak, you and I. For now, please follow me, Jonathan.
결국 시발 내 질문은 안 받아주네.
I must say, your house is exquisite.
One of the advantages of living forever is having the time to be selective with one's furnishings. I took the liberty of having tea served.
You can still drink tea.
Can't keep it down, but I do so enjoy the aroma. Let us toast to make-believe. And of course to your health, Jonathan.
And to yours, my lady.
뭐 누구 에콘 무식이랑 만남을
Please.
주선한다고 하지 않았나?
So, my lady, why truly did you invite me here?
I've been asked to deliver an official invitation to meet the Ascalon Club.
Who are they? Really?
They are the embodiment of vampire law in Britain. Some say they influence the destiny of the Empire. Some believe they merely protect it.
How many are they?
Only a small number of powerful and deceitful immortals. All of them entangled in a sticky web of shadow cabinets, influencing trade.
Will they fight the guard of Prewin?
I doubt it. Fergal was Lord Redgrave's executioner forever and a day. By defeating that beast, you deprived them of a
걔가
powerful weapon.
덤비더만. 내가 뭐 씨 알고 죽겠나?
Why use you to contact me?
Because they know we are close. The Ascalon Club has many spies. Their main occupation is gathering information and then deciding how to use it.
Have they threatened you in any way?
Not at all. Their message surprised me at first, but it is only logical considering the critical situation in London.
아씨. 야 대화 중에 이 지랄하면 안 되지. 아 나 이런 미친. 아 개 짜증나네 진짜. 아니 암만 그래도 씨발 프리징 현상은 좀 어떻게 잡고 뭐를. 사람 환장하게 만드네 진짜. 방금 대화한 데까지는 잽싸게 그냥 넘기도록 하겠습니다. 어디에서 세이브가 됐는지 모르겠지만. (3시 3분) 아씨 8분 전이란 얘긴데 8분 동안 내가 뭘 했지? 일단 애쉬워리 부인 집에 도착한 시점에서는 된 것 같고, 맞네.
Dr. Reed, welcome.
넘기고.
I did not know you were.
There are many.
Why do you? What?
We will then that
what?
I
There-
thank.
I can.
이게 이 대화가 어디에서 뭐가 터질지 모르니까 일단 대화는 전부 다 하는 걸로 하겠습니다.
I must say.
뭔가
So, my lady.
I've been up. They
How?
only.
Will
I
Why use you to contact me?
because they know we are close. The Ascalon Club has many spies. Their main occupation is gathering information and then deciding how to use it.
Have they threatened you in any way?
Not at all. Their message surprised me at first, but it is only logical considering the critical situation in London.
Why not ask for your help? since you are obviously a powerful and influential immortal yourself.
You have to understand that I am invisible to the eyes of Ascalon, for I am a woman. That suits me well, as long as they leave me alone.
Should I trust them?
Of course not. Do not misunderstand me. They can be very useful, but I believe their long-term goals differ from yours.
Why meet them then?
Because nothing truly important can be achieved in this city without their consent. They could be powerful allies in this current
일시적으로
situation.
동맹.
Should I lie to them?
We all lie, Jonathan. It falls to you to choose your behavior. The most important rule is to show them due respect.
They have done nothing but impede my investigations since I became known to them. Why would they want to see me now?
I guess they now see you as Ascalon material. They must have found out what happened to your sister. Proof of the potent blood flowing through your veins.
I'm not sure I can accept their invitation. I have seen their handiwork. How Fergal the Beast imposed the club's law.
You have no choice, Jonathan. Even I would not openly defy Lord Redgrave, the chairman of the Ascalon Club.
결국 그냥 까라면 까라.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave? Who is he?
Lord Redgrave is the founder and chairman of the Ascalon Club. Most mortals know him as the Earl of Bristol. He is rich and extremely influential.
Have you met him?
Only on rare occasions, for he never goes outside the club. And women are not awarded membership, even immortals.
How old is he? How long has he been a vampire?
Lord Redgrave claims to be the progeny of William Marshall, the most valiant knight who ever lived. If that is true, he could be very old.
How powerful is his reach?
The Ascalon Club may be the most influential secret society in England. Not all its members are immortals, but they
뱀파이어
are
아닌
all
놈들도
very powerful.
연관이 있다고.
They are not all immortals. How is that?
The club is mainly comprised of political figures who seek the safety and expansion of the Empire. The most loyal are awarded immortality.
Any familiar or famous names?
As the richest, most relentless British tycoon, Aloysius Dawson is considered ideal Ascalon material and has been watched for years.
그 무기상이라는 그 새끼.
If you are convinced I must meet him, I will heed your advice.
Thank you, Jonathan. I understand your reluctance to brush shoulders with London's vampire elite, but we have no choice.
Is the situation that critical?
Yes. The Guard of Prewen has called for a second great hunt of our kind, and they will stop at nothing to eliminate us.
Will the Guard of Prewen and the Ascalon Club fight each other?
I doubt it.
늘어지는 게
If
불안해 죽겠네.
Prewen
또
really
멈출까 봐.
launched a great hunt, I think most of the Econs I know would flee the country to escape the bloodbath.
I think I saw them kill an Econ on the way to your house. They seem to have a list with names.
To launch another great hunt, they must have collected intelligence on vampire identities and whereabouts. They are a resourceful lot.
Should we fight back? I will not be hunted down like an animal again.
I admire your courage, Jonathan. But the best way to fight them is to put an end to the epidemic. This is the only way to clear
쥐들은
the
안
air.
나서고 씨.
What is a great hunt?
The first great hunt was launched about 75 years ago. In just a few nights, the Guard of Prewen located and destroyed most of the old British vampires.
Why start a second one?
Prewen has always seen us immortals as a threat to mankind. My guess is they suspect one or more of us as the cause of the epidemic.
솔직히 나도 좀
How did you
의심스러운데.
survive the first hunt?
I fled, Jonathan. Like most vampires who survived that slaughter. And I secretly came back when I was sure they had lost my trail.
You should flee then. Leave London, the country even. I have seen the Guard in action. They are merciless.
Your concern warms my heart, Jonathan. But fear not. If the situation gets too
너무
dangerous, I shall
위험해지기
retreat to my
전에
secret
가라고,
Scottish
이씨.
manor. I could hide you in my luggage, if you wish.
Thank you for the offer. I shall keep it in mind, but I have much to do here. There is a question I must ask you. Could Lord Redgrave be my maker?
I doubt it. If Lord Redgrave had made you his progeny, he would not have seemed so surprised when you demonstrated the strength of your lineage.
What is the plan?
The plan is we both try to save this city, you and I. Go to Ascalon, accept their proposition, and use their influence to promote your agenda.
How can I save London?
The epidemic is the priority. You must find its origin and put an end to it. This is the best way to solve the crisis.
What will you do?
I still have contacts and old friends in this town. I shall make some inquiries and attempt to learn more of the situation. We need clarity.
Will I ever discover the identity of my maker?
Maybe not, Jonathan. We know for sure you were made by a powerful vampire, but most of those fled England long ago.
Please forgive my bluntness, but I have to ask. Was it you? Did you make me?
Oh, Jonathan. I know you shall always have a gnawing doubt about who made you an immortal, but I swear, I had nothing to do with it.
You have no idea at all? You seem to know so many things about the secrets of the vampire underworld.
Even if I had my suspicions, I would not dare give you a name so soon. All I can say is this. I will make inquiries and keep you informed.
One day soon, I will have to find the answer to this mystery.
And I shall help you in your research, I promise. For now, you must go to the Ascalon Club and play their game.
Will I see you again at the Pembroke Hospital?
No, you will find me here if you need me. I shall conduct inquiries alone, and we can then share our discoveries.
Will you not visit Pembroke again?
No, I must remain discreet and avoid attracting attention to Pembroke Hospital for the time being.
But how will you sustain yourself?
I shall not, Jonathan. Fear not. I'm used to it.
When will we meet again?
As soon as you meet Lord Redgrave, I suppose. Fear not, my dear. I shall only be a heart's beat away.
I want to thank you for all your support and your help, my lady.
Could you do me a last great favor and call me Elizabeth?
I should be honored, my lady.
Then it is settled. Finally, some good news in these dark hours.
Thank you. I appreciate the advice. I had best prepare myself to meet this Lord Redgrave now.
How thrilling to meet the Earl of Bristol in the flesh, so to speak.
Something tells me you're not very keen on the man.
Don't get me wrong. The gentlemen of the Ascalon Club are honorable, but their attitude and opinions are somewhat antiquated.
I see.
As long as they deny access to female applicants, I will leave them to their antediluvian considerations as to the natural order of things. Jonathan, promise me you'll be careful.
Of course. But why the fear in your voice?
Look at me, Jonathan.
여기는 니한테 구랄치고 있으니까
I
그런
mean,
거지.
really look at me, young Ekon. We may be deceptive by nature, but this heart of mine has always told the truth.
Elizabeth.
Go, my friend. But come back to me soon.
여왕 어쩌고 하는 거 보니까 얘가 왜 이렇게 수상하지? 웨스트엔드 그냥 쭉 직진. 오케이.
So, time to visit the
여기 근데
Ascalon.
막혀있지 않았나? 돌아가야 되나? 에이씨. 짜증나노만. 이거 좀 어떻게 뚫어주면 안 되나?
It's locked, all right.
은신처. 응? 아, 대화. 잠깐만. 대화가 있으면 해봐야지. 쥐의 피는 인간만큼 영양이 풍부하거나 맛있진 않지만 혈액발을 일부 채워줍니다. 그래, 나도 애용하고 있지. 대화 좀 해봅시다. 오, 들어와지네? 털어먹을 수 있군. 오, 좋아. 일기장. 오, 긴데? 1913년 5월 9일 오늘 밤 엄마와 함께 이스트엔드의 환자들을 방문했다. 이 칙칙한 동네에 온 지도 오래된 것 같다. 엄마가 그 불쌍한 사람들과 대화를 나눈 모습은 더 말할 나위 없이 감동적이었다. 엄마는 정말 변화를 만들려고 하고 이 사람들을 돕고자 했다. 그리고 오늘 밤 그들 중 한 명을 죽였다. 너무 순식간에 일어난 나머지 엄마가 사라졌다는 걸 눈치채지도 못하지만 엄마가 다시 나타났을 땐 훨씬 더 살아있고 생기 있는 모습이었다. 그때 무슨 일이 있었는지 바로 알 수 있었다. 엄마는 누군가의 목숨을 앗아갔고 난 아무것도 보지 못했다. 우린 한마디 말도 없이 집으로 돌아왔다. 난 언젠가 엄마처럼 되더라도 죽어가는 사람들을 먹지 않을 것이다. 난 숨어있는 범죄자들과 무례배들을 죽일 것이다. 오늘 오후 여성의 투표 권리 캠페인을 하는 동안 두 남자가 날 뒷골목 구석으로 모으려고 했다. 난 엄마가 말한 것처럼 내가 낼 수 있는 가장 큰 소리로 도움을 요청했다. 어떤 군인이 그들에게 날 내버려두라고 얘기하지 않았더라면 무슨 일이 일어났을지 모르겠다. 그런 다음 그는 날 집까지 데려다주고 키스하려고 했다. 난 거절했다. 그는 말이 없다가 가버렸다. 이 모든 일은 날 슬프게 만들어 밤이 되어 엄마가 일어날 때까지 계속 울었다. 엄마에게 이 이야기를 했더니 날 안아주었다. 그 후 도리스 플래처가 나오는 신작 연극을 보기 위해 극장에 갔다. 엄마가 당장 달려나가 놈들이 전부 대가를 치르게 만들지 않아 조금 실망했다. 내가 뱀파이어였으면 그렇게 자부리를 베풀지 않았을 것이다. 지난밤 엄마가 1914년 9월 15일 지난밤 엄마가 다시 한번 날 불멸자로 만드는 걸 거부해서 크게 언쟁을 벌였다. 전에 거리에서 두 남자와 있었던 일을 다시 말하면서 내가 엄마 같은 존재였다면 아니면 그들에게 무기가 있었다면 상황이 어떻게 달라졌을지 설명했지만 엄마는 그저 미소를 지으며 이 세계의 한 부분이 되는 것은 이를 마주할 준비가 되었다는 것을 의미한다고 말해줄 뿐이었다. 그 말이 무슨 뜻인지 내가 제대로 이해했는지 모르겠지만 그것이 날 미치게 만든다. 한밤중에 집에서 나와 에밀리네 집으로 가서 그곳에서 온종일을 보냈다. 에밀리처럼 엄마 곁을 떠나 내 삶을 살아야 할 때가 된 게 아닌가 싶었다. 엄마를 사랑하지만 내 변신에 대해 말하기를 거절할 때마다 실망스럽다. 1915년 2월 17일 오늘 밤은 슬프기도 하고 신나기도 하다. 이 집을 영원히 떠날 것이기 때문이다. 엄마도 집에서부터 너무 먼 곳이 아니라면 웨스트엔드에 자취하는 것에 동의했다. 난 엄마에게 조심히 지내겠다고 약속해야 했다. 난 엄마를 얼마나 많이 사랑하는지 얘기했고 엄마는 내가 자랑스럽다고 했다. 이제서야 엄마는 그저 내가 엄마처럼 강하고 독립적이길 바란다는 걸 깨달았다. 지금까지 엄마가 내게 가르쳐준 것을 정말 고맙게 생각한다. 엄마는 오늘날의 나라는 여자를 만들어줬다. 이젠 내가 여기서 어디로 갈지 정해야 한다. 내 삶에서 내가 무엇을 하든 내게 달렸다. 한 가지 확실한 건 내가 불멸자가 되기로 선택한다 해도 내 선택이 엄마를 끌어들이진 않겠다는 것이다. 내 인생이니 내 행동은 내가 책임져야 한다. 샬롯 애쉬버리. 아, 딸이 있구나. 어허. 놀라운데? 뭐 좀 더 털어갈 거 없냐? 쟤는 씨발 아예 흡혈이 불가능하구나. 경험치도 안 뜨네.
It's locked on.
영감을 주시는 애쉬버리 부인께 삶에는 빛과 어둠이 있습니다. 당신은 그 빛이자 모든 빛의 빛입니다. 브람 스토커. 1897년 8월 4일.
It's locked.
쩌는데? 피해감 비급. 에이? 이거구나. 대사냥의 충격 이후 우리들 중 몇 명만이 남았다. 나도 그들 중 한 명이었다. 적의 기습 공격에 우리가 얼마나 당황했는지 아직도 기억이 생생하다. 며칠 밤 사이에 피가 뿌려졌다. 우리들의 생존자 일부는 망명을 선택했다. 그들을 탓하는 건 아니지만 그들에게 불굴의 정신이 부족한 것이 아쉽다. 제국의 이익을 지키기 위해 필요한 것은 용기이다. 용기. 우리는 우리가 지지하는 가치를 지켜야만 한다. 윌리엄 마셸이 한 번도 고개를 숙인 적 없었다는 것을 우리 모두 기억하는가? 사랑하는 창조주께서는 오래전 사라지셨지만 그분의 존재는 여전히 우리 안에 있다. 우리는 우리가 어떤 존재인지와 우리가 추구하는 가치인 명예, 순수함, 탁월함을 상기시키기 위해 그의 신성한 피를 몇 방울 보관하고 있다. 나는 그분의 자손이자 친구로서 기사와 이야기를 나눌 특권이 있었다. 그분은 내게 천사의 눈물에 관해 말하셨다. 우리 모두가 느끼는 사라지지 않는 배고픔을 달랠 신성한 음료 말이다. 그분은 그것의 존재 여부도 모른 채 찾는 것을 멈추지 않았다. 나는 그분의 완고함을 동경했다. 우리보다 큰 무언가에 대한 완벽한 믿음이 앞으로 있을 그 어떤 대사냥에서 살아남을 수 있게 도와줄 것이 바로 이 완고함이다. 아스칼론은 이상 그 자체이기 때문에 언제나 재건될 것이다. 설립자 레드그레이브경의 아스칼론의 법칙 중. 뭐 없수? 없구나 이제. 자.
Hello again, Jonathan.
새로운 대화가
To what
뭔지
do I
한번
owe the
봅시다.
pleasure of your visit?
Sorry to disturb you again, but could you spare me a few minutes?
Of course, my dear. Always a pleasure to speak with you.
Concerning your investigation,
Yes?
are you truly seeking to identify my maker?
I cannot promise you anything, but yes. I am conducting some research of my own.
Do you know if the epidemic has affected many people in the West End?
I confess I've been more concerned by events in the East End. The wealthy have more efficient ways of dealing with infection.
But this is no common epidemic.
That is true. I must tell my daughter to stay at home for a few days. But the girl is stubborn and fiercely independent. Much like her mother.
Do you think we shall ever see better days? Or at least better nights?
I know not, Jonathan. I have seen some horrid days in my long lifetime. Experience has taught me that one cannot outrun the fates.
When all of this is over, the war and the epidemic, we could leave the city for a while. Travel around Europe, you and I.
Traveling is always so complicated for us poor creatures of the night. But yes, I would be glad to travel the world with you, my dear.
뭔데?
Will
존나
you tell me
뜬금없이
your
둘이
story one day, Lady Ashbury?
One
썸씽이.
of them, perhaps. I have had so many lives, Jonathan. Eternity may not be enough to relate them all.
Goodbye, Elizabeth.
뭐 이제 대화 쾌는 끝났구나. 오케이. 돈 많다며 지원 좀 해줬어. 아, 나 진짜 돈 없는 놈 서러버가 살겠나. 나가면은 저장된 거 확인하고 종료를 하도록 하겠습니다. 그 무슨 아스칼론 백작인가 지랄 연병인가 하는 새끼 만나면 또 오지게 야부리를 털어야 될 것 같으니까 오늘 여기까지 하고 내일 다시 방송을 켜도록 하겠습니다. 수고하셨습니다.